Altocators worldwide, and welcome to all new members. If this is the first video you're running into, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 D's of defending with this cane. And it doesn't matter whether it's an armed or unarmed attack. The principles still remain. So we'll take a look. We'll keep it very simple, because when you're dealing with a tactical, you can't get real complicated. And part of the issue is being clear in the decision-making process under the stress and duress. When the adrenaline flood is there, that it interferes with your decision-making and your coordination. So we want to bring clarity to that process in the do and also the not do. So the first D, one of the advantages that the canes give us is distance. So let's keep it. Let's use that to our advantage. Yes, we can work at mid-range and even up close, but we prefer to stay out here. So how do you actually do that? Well, you have to have an intake, right? And if something's happening here and we're having a conversation or somebody calls out something, I want to be able to keep my distance. How do I do that? So if I'm facing you, hey man, listen, no, I get it. There's several, look at the posturing. My cane went from the standard grip, tip on the floor, and if you follow me, I always remind you that tip on the floor, take your pick, either standard or reverse grip. But this, not good. Not good. You're not going to be hanging around with your cane like this. If you were here, now you're out here. And I'm creating my distance usually by 1 step, anywhere between half to 1 to 2 steps. But that's it. I don't continue to take big steps to back up from here as I'm doing that, because you don't know what's behind you. You don't know who's behind you. So in taking in what's going on, I'm over here and creating the distance here. My cover hand is out here. That's the non-cane hand. And I'm assessing that situation. But that's very different than talking and doing this, or even stepping back some more. Careful, you don't know what or who's behind you. You have to take inventory of that. So that would be number 1. Number 2 is you need to decide. You need to make that quick decision that's going to let you know. Look at all the pre-attack indicators here. Is this escalating? Is she reaching for a weapon? Is she doing something like this where she's going to reach out? Then I may need to knock that down. Knock it down. Go ahead and reach into a pocket. Boy, if you're reaching into the pocket, I know it's not to exchange phone numbers. I may have to explode immediately and knock that limb. Tell you what I'm not going to do is I don't fire warning shots. What do I mean with that with a cane? I've always explained we're not a hokey pokey system. This isn't going to go here. I'm not stabbing Bob that doesn't have any arms. This is a human being that can see very well here, and they're 10 and 2. And anytime I go to do anything like this, she'll go ahead and knock it down either with a tool or with a hand. Just slap it out, grab, so on and so forth. I also don't give little warning shots. Hey and hey. The minute you do that, your attack is going to escalate. Make no mistake about it. Not only that, you actually made contact with somebody, right? And so that's good enough to say, hey, you hit me. Now there's legal issues. You can't, there's a lot. People get in trouble for spitting at other people. It's bad, right? So here, there's no such thing. If you're going to move, then if you're following the ACSD power shot template, it's to incapacitate. Incapacitate doesn't mean to seriously injure anybody. That's not the point. The point is that I'm going to go ahead and move and strike in such a way, for instance, in this case, I'm going down here away from where she can go ahead and grab or do or even see the strike coming, but I'm going to do it in such a way that it leads me to number 3. You're going to destroy, deactivate this attack, this planned attack, we're going to shut it down. And we don't shut down this attack by allowing it to escalate. You're going to make a decision. If it warrants getting physical, then shut it down with movement. So rather than, if she's coming over here, yes, we have this. It's called 12 strike and defend zones, and you're going to do it in a particular way. But I'd rather not have to get into that situation. When she's move and strike, boom, be first, get out. She's coming up here. When I'm moving towards, if I'm in here, it's like the hurricane, right? If the safest place is in here, if I'm going to move it, I'd rather be out here, right? I don't want to stay out here where she's got all that power and have to meet this. I certainly don't want to leave myself exposed and do anything like this. There she goes, right? I want to shut this thing down. If it's not a long-range tool, it's something else she's coming with. I want to knock down, boom, that strike to go ahead and move. And it's multiple strikes, boom and boom. I don't sit there. The reason I chose the word destroy, deactivate, is because when you say defend, which is in essence what you're doing, you automatically think block, for defend. Not if I can avoid that. No way, not backing up. Right? The mindset is different. You have the tool. You have the reach. You have the power shot template. You know how to protect your guard zone. Stop backing up. You don't know what's here. I move. I make the decision. I analyze. Boom. I'm keeping my distance. Hey, back off. Listen, I don't want any trouble, so on and so forth. But the cane is here. I'm not fast enough to go from here to here once the attack is here already. No such thing. Hey, listen to that. And then from there, decide, is this something that warrants that attack, right, or not? But I'm certainly not going to do this in front of their face. I'm not going to poke, because all you're going to do by firing a warning shot and a poke is escalate this and possibly get into trouble if it doesn't go. Now they have an excuse. You actually you poked them with it, right? And then go ahead, and if that's the case, rather than going there and defending by blocking first, think of how you can move and shut down the mechanism. Shut it down with an impact tool, boom, that really does destroy. It's an impact tool that destroys bone. It's designed to shut down. Never have I said, whack them mindlessly in the head. Only you can make that decision based on the seriousness of that threat, because when you go up here, you can do a serious damage. I always point that out. It does disconnect the computer and everything, but only you can be the judge of that. Right, so those three things, rather than the approach of staying down here and other things that that you may be considering. So I hope that brings clarity to it. Speaking of clarity, those of you that are new, it doesn't matter to me if you're new to the culture. You can be an instructor right now, and this is the interest in the cane is at an all-time high right now. And if you want to have a conversation either as to how to get started with the tool, a structured program, any questions basically, you have the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation, to have all your questions answered and know exactly where to go with your training, so that every time you pick up the tool, you know what to do, so you're not wasting any time with this, and you're really moving forward in terms of, here's the big word, progress. Just text the letters CCC to 305-745-7839, and the team will schedule you in less than 24 hours. All right, guys, thank you so much, as always, for your time and attention. Keep caning. Stay safe.